The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The price of gasoline is up 42.1% from last year. Children's footwear up 11.9%. Social Security benefits up 5.9%, the biggest increase in 40 years. Government officials keep saying the inflation is, quote, transitory.
Transitory. Sure, it's transitory. What are you, nuts? Transitory. This is unbelievable what's going on. Just incredible. Think about it. The virus killed over 100,000 Americans. More than 40 million Americans have filed for unemployment during that time. The economy is at risk of another recession. Market keeps on rallying higher. Why? It's called the Federal Reserve effect. That's why. They keep propping it up. Almost every economic indicator points to a stock crash. But Biden, he's content. He doesn't care. He sees these record highs. No worry. No worry. Don't worry about the market. And his administration has totally ignored the equity bubble we have in this market. They don't even pay attention. They could care less. This is nuts. They could care less about the hundreds of containers sitting on cargo ships. They can't get them off the cargo ship to the dock. Chicago, freight trains are backed up 25 miles. No big deal. His transport secretary, Mayor Pete, not worried. He's taken off 2 months. He and his husband, they got twins. He's going to take some time off, 2 months. Don't seem to bother him. He's going to go home and take care of the kids. No big deal. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And then yesterday, he does take time to go to the Sunday shows. Now remember, he can't take time to fix this terrible problem we have with all these ships offshore. Can't unload. He ain't got time for that. He's got to be home with his twins, his new twins, and his husband, however you say that. But here's what he said. He thinks it's all good. He thinks it's all good. That's why he's home.
You know, every one of those ships is full of record amounts of goods that Americans are buying because demand is up, because income is up, because the president has successfully guided this economy out of the teeth of a terrifying recession.
What a liar, this man. Everybody knows that's not true. That is a lie. It's not. Those ships aren't backed up because all of a sudden everybody woke up in the morning, they have so much money, they're just going on a buying spree. What are you, nuts? What a lie. Everybody knows the problem. Everybody knows what happened. When we had the crash, we had the virus, people left their job. They went home. The government started to send them checks. All kinds of checks, all kinds of programs. It was crazy. So they went home. They quit their job. They had to go home, or they were fired, had to go home. And they just simply replaced the checks. They had the PUA program, the CARES Act program, 4.2 million workers on the PUA. They had the FPUC program, another 3.3. I mean, they had more programs, all kinds of programs. So the government took care of them. They got money. So they were spending money, but as the inventory was being depleted on their shelves. Nobody's working to manufacture the material to replace it. So we're getting all this money that's coming in. They're getting all kinds of money to stay home, buying stuff. But now all of a sudden the shelves are starting to get depleted. So prices go up. That's called inflation. That's what happens. If there's less goods and you own those goods, you're going to move those prices up. That's what's happening. And now the problem is, because nobody's been working, you can't replenish. So we're in a real problem. We have terrible inflation. But he says, oh, no, that's not why. That's not what happened. It's because his boss, Joe Biden, has turned this economy around to a rip-roaring economy, and everybody's out buying stuff. What a lie. This guy's just a liar. It's just unbelievable. This is how they are. And for you poor people who are sitting in the stock market, not knowing what you're doing, God, are you going to get hurt, especially you're running out buying all these big tech stocks, buying your Apple and, all the stocks. This is crazy what's going on. Crazy. So here he is again.
I know you've been under some bizarre attack for taking paid leave by some loudmouths. You took it.
Wait a minute. That's the guy on Meet the Press, Chuck Todd. He's not supposed to be there with his opinion. These loudmouths. Wait a minute. What do you mean loudmouths? This guy is a disaster. He is a disaster. Are you kidding? Mayor Pete, head of the U.S. Transportation Department, he's a total failure. He was the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana. You know what his budget was? $10 million, less than 1,000 employees. But he's made Secretary of Transportation by Joe? Wait a minute. So he's gone from a $10 million budget to an $88 billion budget. I can't say it. $88 billion. $10 million budget to manage. Now he goes and manages an $88 billion. Instead of managing 1,000 employees, he's managing 55,000. Are you kidding me? You talk about setting him up for failure. This guy doesn't even know what he's doing. He has no idea. And if he wasn't lying, I hope he was lying, because if what he said, the reason that all these goods are sitting out there on these boats and they can't unload them is because the economy is doing so good under Biden that people are buying so much stuff. That's the problem. I hope he's lying, because if he's that stupid, if he really believes that, boy, are we in trouble. Can you imagine? Can you imagine giving this guy a budget of $88 billion? He has no idea what he's doing. According to his former constituents back in Indiana, as a campaigner for mayor, they said he came off as articulate, intelligent, charismatic, armed with a Harvard degree, an Oxford degree, Navy Reserve. Voters thought, wow, what a perfect mayor for the small college town. But as the South Bend, Indiana voters found out, it was a ruse. The guy's an idiot. They hated him. This man was a ruse. What they say about Mayor Pete back in Indiana, he's condescending, he's arrogant, and he believes he's the smartest man in the room, or person in the room. They labeled him as an annoying nerd. This guy's dangerous. He's dangerous. And when I get back, I'm going to explain to you what he said to the former Secretary of Transportation before he left, and what stocks you should be in.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Pick your words, say them again.
So what I know is that the holidays are going to be a lot better this year than they were last year, because a year ago, millions of Americans were sliding into poverty who now have jobs.
What a lie. What a lie. Last Christmas, people who had the CARES Act, they had the PUA, they had the FPUC program, the $600 a week program. They had the PEUC program, FPUC program, PUA program. They had more programs. Are you kidding? They're making more money staying at home than working. This guy's a born liar. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Now that stopped in September 6th. That all stopped. Now the reason that we got so many people not going back to work, a lot of that is our woman workforce, because they're staying home. Because remember, when all the schools shut down, they had to stay home. They had to stay home with the kids and teach them. Remember that? So a tremendous amount of our labor force is at home. Now we still have 7.5 million people that are without work. They're still struggling. Are you kidding? And they don't have the benefits. They don't have the benefits like that. This guy is just a liar. It's unbelievable. Now, the stock market, with all this going on, is booming. Booming. Are you kidding me? In fact, hundreds of container ships are offshore, can't unload their cargo. Prices going through the roof. Margin debt has increased in the last year by 34%. Margin debt, 34%. That means you can go borrow money. You can go borrow money for stocks. Borrow money for, they call it margin. Unbelievable. So with 50% margin rate, you can borrow up to 50% of the amount of the stock purchase. That means that if you, say you're an investor and you want to buy $10,000 worth of Apple, so you can buy $20,000 worth, just putting up to $10,000. This is crazy. In 1929, the brokers you could leverage as much as 90%. Right now, it's 50%. This is crazy. And the market's continuing to go up with all this going on, because the market is totally decoupled from the economy. Don't ever listen to these people on the fake business news network telling you the stock market reflects the economy. It doesn't. All this easy money, this monetary policy, which began back in 2008 to 2000, is still with us. Like if you're cooking on your grill, you put the pilot light on to start it, and then you turn it off. This has been a pilot light going on for 13 years. Think of, you got your pilot light on your grill going for 13 straight years. That's what's going on now. It's called quantitative easing. A 13-year rigged market to the upside. How beautiful. And it's still rigged to the upside. Look what happened last week with the banks. The banks are doing terrible. They're printing right now. The Federal Reserve prints something like $150 million a month to keep the banks, to support those banks, to prop them up. And last week they had all these great numbers they came out with. Wait a minute. No, they weren't. They were rigged to the upside. They took especially JP Morgan, they took their money. And they took all the money they had set aside, not all of it, but a majority of the money they had set aside. And they said, you know what, I got $10 million set aside. I'm going to take $5 million. I'm going to reduce it by $5 million. And I'm going to take that $5 million and stick it into the bottom line. So instead of having a $2 million profit, I have a $7 million profit. And at the end of the week, the fake business news network going nuts. Everything is just wonderful. So it's important, while they continue to do this, they continue to prop this market up, continue to print money. Been doing it since 2008, 2009. They really ramped up 2013. Remember the market, March 23, 2020, after the crash, the February crash? We went down 31%. The market went up 113% while the economy's tanking. But see, people didn't feel the economy tanking because they had all these programs. $800 billion in programs to keep people alive. So guys like him could lie and say, look how great the economy is. No, $800 billion they printed to do all these different programs. All these different programs. This is crazy. But all these programs ended on September 6th. 7.5 million people. They're out. They no longer. It's about 11 million. There's actually right now, there's about 11 million people looking for work right now. What are they going to do, these 7.5 million who lost all those programs? I don't know. But I know what we're going to do as far as investing in the market. We're going to keep taking advantage of all this printing of money. Because what do they do with this printing of money? They continue to buy their own shares back to push up their earnings, to push the stock price up, and then they lie and say, look at the earnings, they're fantastic, and look at the stock price. No, the stock price is going up because they're turning these earnings are fake earnings. These are faked earnings. They're printing all this money so they can buy their own shares back. And that's what pushes the earnings up, to push up the stock price. So you got to be in the right stocks. And all these poor people, I told you last week, I told you again all last week, and I'm telling you again this week, will you stop going in and buying these tech stocks that you think you're getting a great deal on? You're out of your mind. I mean, it's amazing. People are going in and buying Amazon. Are you nuts? Going up again today. Going up again today. This is crazy. They're in there buying today Facebook. Are you nuts? Buying Facebook? They think they're making a lot of money on Facebook. Are you nuts? Not happening. Amazon, same thing. Facebook, Apple. Now, Apple, say people are buying Apple today. Are you nuts? This is crazy. Crazy. You're buying stocks in a bad trend. We'll talk more about the stocks you should be in so you can be nice and safe and make money while they continue to rig this market to the upside until it can't go anymore.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
I know you've been under some bizarre attack for taking paid leave by some loudmouths. You took it.
One more thing that I think is maybe underappreciated, when somebody welcomes a new child into their family and goes on leave to take care of that child, that's not a vacation, it's work.
It's unbelievable. That's not the position he is in. He's just not a typical employee. Are you kidding me? He's in charge of transportation for this country. Do you understand what's happening? He's not even trying to fix it. He could care less. Biden could care less. You know what he said? This guy said, oh, I got a task force working on it. I got a round table working. Wait, like they're knights or something? A round table? You nuts? He's over his head. You need an adult. Look, I don't care. I hope he's happy with his kids. I don't care if he's gay. I could care less if he married a guy. I don't care about any of that. It's none of my business. What I care about is you're ahead of one of the most powerful, important departments in the United States. You should be there 24/7. You should have your wife hire somebody, do whatever you have to do, like everybody else in the world has to do. If you're in a business and you have a critical position, and there's an emergency, you just ignore it like he's doing? Well, he had time to go to all the financial shows, didn't he? Go to all his buddies, right? Take care of them. He says people are going to have a good year this Christmas. Really? All the toys and stuff they need sitting on those tankers, and the small businessman is the backbone of our country. The small businessman, he is going to get clobbered. They're the backbone of our country. And who else is going to get clobbered? Those middle class who start businesses. They're going to get clobbered. Car prices, 42%, up 42%. Gasoline, 40%. Meats, 20%. Bacon, 20%. You know the price. I don't have to go through all that with you. The small business is going to get killed. That's going to hurt this country. So you're going to have to make it up by being in the stock market. And because the stock market is driven by printing money, they could care less about what the economy is doing. Look at these politicians in Washington are making a tremendous amount of money off of inside information. Pelosi from 40 million to 100 million. All these guys in Washington making a fortune with inside information trading. Let me tell you, they're going to continue to keep driving this market up as hard as they can, as fast as they can, by doing stock buybacks and fudging the earnings. So you got to take advantage of that. Give you an example. If you stay with the oils, that's where I have my members in oils. We've been in oils for a long time. Oil itself. Now, I'm not telling you when I give you these percentages, I'm not saying every one of my gang members made this exact amount. I don't know. Okay? Every gang member gets in a certain time, but if they followed us, and even more important, followed the chart that gave them the buy signal with the color-coded algorithms, XOP, that's an ETF. That's for gas and oil exploration, up 35%. Oil, up 19%. E is another stock, energy, up 16%. Tesla, up 40%. My favorite refiner, MR, up 44%. So let's say you average every gang member and they're up 10%. That's terrific. Are you kidding me? Because here's the thing, they're going to keep it because they're going to know when to get out of that stock. Now, listen to Kramer here. Listen to Kramer. Here he goes again. There he goes again.
I want to double down. All right, I want you to double down. This is a very big position in Travel Trust, guys.
I want you to double down, he says, in AEO. Double down. Are you kidding me? He's been wrong in every stock he has picked lately. Here, let's take a look. AEO. Double down. This stock has been going down. It turned red on July 21st and it's still red today. It's gone down from $38 down to $25. And it can go even further down because there's no buy signal. There is no buy signal. It hasn't turned green. There's no buy signal. It's in a severe down pattern. You touch that stock. See, here's the problem. You go buy that stock for $25.45 right now. You may get lucky and it goes up to $30, but you wake up the next morning, it can be all the way back down to $10 because you're catching the wrong trend. Here he is in another one, telling him to buy this stock right here. This is crazy.
Had a nice pullback already. What would that be there? It is called Red. All right, no, Red's a good stock. I mean, it's come down a lot, but this is the kind of healthcare stock I do like. It's just a high multiple stock. That's what's hurting.
God. Take the marbles out of his mouth, this guy. So, this was a great stock to short. Look at this. It turned red on August 18th at $32. It dropped down red to $26. Low risk. You talk about risk off. Everything was set up perfect. That had to be about, I don't know, maybe 8%, 12%. So, what now to go buy it? Now, are you nuts? You don't buy in downtrends. Downtrends means that the majority of the money is flowing out. You're going to say, well, why is it going up? Because people like me and my members who shorted the stock, we started to short the stock, let's say at $32. Now we're going to take our profits. That's what moves it up. And what you don't understand unless you know what you're doing, when that stock was at $37 and where it is today at $29, between $29 and that $30 or $39, that's all overhang. Those are all those people between those 2 points are selling. It's going to go up what we call the 50% rule. It may go up halfway and it's going to stop. That's not what you buy. Instead, you buy the stock that has great relative strength, like our Tesla or like our Xilinx. There's nothing above it. Xilinx went up again today. It's $170.05. That stock, we recommended that stock a couple different times. We recommended it at let's see, what was it, on August 19th, I think it was, around $138. And then we recommended around $156. That was around October 13th. So that's a great stock. But you see the difference? These stocks, the money is going in a direction, a trend that's up. So Tesla, the money is going into the stock. DDOG, another great stock. Money's going into the stock. We got a great bank, XLI. Beautiful. Money's going into the stock, uptrending. But if you go to Kramer stocks and the ones before this, they're all tanking. Take NI. These guys are all been in a downtrend. Now they're going up on what we call short covering. You can't buy that stock yet. It's not even close to being bought. But it's going up. Yeah, why? Because you have tourists buying that stock. They don't know what they're doing. Still red. Not enough money's going in to buy it. You just don't buy a stock because it's going up. You got to know what the flow of money is. Is there enough money to keep it going up? On this stock, no. Join my gang, free for 10 days, and you always know when to get in, and you'll know when to stay in, and you'll know when to get out and short the stock.
For more information on this show, go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020. Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
So, for 13 years, this market's been going up because it's been rigged to go up. It's because we have what they call the Federal Reserve. And as long as the Federal Reserve stays behind these stocks, printing money, and making sure they keep rates near zero, and they keep providing money to the banks to provide to companies, the public companies, to buy their own shares so that when they have their earnings, the stock price will go up because they gave them money to buy their own shares. When you have less shares, let's say you have 100 shares, and your stock is trading at $5, you have 100 shares. Now your earnings come out. You go, uh-oh, my earnings only at 2%. That means, oh no. So I'm going to go trading at $5. It's going to go down to $4 because I got 100 shares. My earnings are only 2%. My stock is going to drop from 5 to 4. Oh, that's not good. So what does he do? The CEO, and he's got stock options. He just simply borrow money from the banks at zero interest. He goes in and he figures out, okay, how much do I have to reduce that 100 shares to drive my stock instead of going down $4, I want it to go up $4. So he figures it out. He says, okay, I got to drop my shares outstanding from 100 to 80. Now he's got 2% earnings. Now he's covering 2% just on 100, on 80 instead of 100. Now his stock goes up $4 instead of down $4. This is what they've been doing since 2013. This causes inflation, and you make a lot of money in the market. But you got to know what stocks to be in. And I have the best educational director in the country who tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, when to get out, when to short. Every day, Steve, at 2 o'clock, he posts our portfolio of stocks, our actual portfolio, 100% transparency. He posts it. And he'll tell you what you do with each stock in the portfolio. Does anybody do that for you? No.
Schlumberger, take some profits in this long. Keep your stop underneath it at 32.09.
And he tells you exactly what to do. What's Kramer telling people to do today? Let's take RDNT.
Had a nice pullback already over the past 9 weeks. It is called Red.
All right, no, Red's a good stock. I mean, it's come down a lot, but this is the kind of healthcare stock I do like. It's just a high multiple stock. That's what's hurting.
I like it. Go down a bit. I like it. I like this one. It'll go up. RDNT. I like this one. Yeah, why don't you get in and double down on it, you dope? God. You imagine somebody's listening to this? And they actually go and they listen to him, and then they turn around and he says, oh, it had a nice pullback. It wasn't a pullback, you idiot. It was a crash. Are you kidding? The stock dropped from $38 to $27. You call that a pullback? Are you nuts? That's not a pullback. That's a collapse. And if you were smart and you understood what you were doing and you were a gang member, you would have sold it short. Starting right around $31. $31. So you would have made money as it was going down. You don't buy it now. Because the stock, the low was around $26. Now it's at $29. You go, oh, I better get in at $29 before it gets to $30. Are you nuts? You nuts? You get in at 29, think I better get in 29 before it goes to 30, like 99.99% of the people think. You get in, and the next morning you wake up and the stock's down to 18. You go, what happened? What happened to my stock? Kramer said it was a good company. Because you bought a stock going into and fighting the big institutions, the smart money, who are dumping their shares. The only reason the stock is going up, which you don't understand because you know nothing about shorting, everybody who sold short the stock, when the stock was at $39 and went down to $28, they're taking their profits. That moves the stock up, but it stops. It's called the 50% rule. These are the worst stocks to buy. Are you nuts? But if you're with us, you would have been out there buying MRO. We've had a great set. That is a beautiful refiner. Then if you got into MRO with us, you would have been up about, I think it's about 30% if I'm correct. MRO, okay, 44%. But let's say you didn't get in at the exact bottom. Let's say you waited and you got 44%. Let's say you got 10%. What difference does it make? In this business, you don't get greedy. In this business, you identify trend, you get into that trend, and the most important thing is when that trend changes, you're out. How many people right now, you, listen to me, just you, do you know when your trend is changing on your stock? No. You're going to listen to a guy like Kramer or somebody else or Varney or one of these people. That's who you listen to. You got to take control yourself. Take control. It's easy, for God's sakes. The chart's color-coded. It tells you what to do. Take you 10 minutes. And all you have to do is, if you don't want to do anything, just pick a stock, one of Steve's stock or my portfolio stock, either one, doesn't matter, and follow it. He tells you exactly what to do every day. This is crazy. Nobody has any, everybody's looking at the stock market like it's the economy. This is crazy. Do you understand we got a major problem on our hands? When you have these goods that are stuck on ships, prices keep going up and up and up. That's called inflation. And inflation, there's nothing worse than inflation to kill our economy. To kill our economy is inflation. It'll kill you. And the more they sit out there, the worse you're going to get. You're going to get hit with inflation. Now, the stocks will keep going up because the stocks have nothing to do with profits, has nothing to do with earnings. Stocks only have to do with one thing: low rates and money supply. And the Federal Reserve, those gangsters, provide both. And the stocks just continue to go up until they're not going to go up anymore. And when is that? That's when there's so much inflation. You're paying 42% more for gasoline, 30% more for meat, 40% more for this, 20% for that. And when it gets to a point, you can't meet all your bills. You got to make it a choice. Do I pay my credit card, or do I pay my mortgage, or do I pay my rent? Which one don't I pay? That's when the market crashes. But you got to know in advance, and you'll know in advance by following the money flow. This is what we do around here. This is crazy. Inflation transitory. Are you nuts? This inflation, when you got a guy that's your transport secretary, and he's at home, and he's telling you what a great Christmas this is going to be, and he's at home. He's in charge of roads, of railroads, everything that moves, every good that moves. He's in charge. He's got to keep it moving. And he's home playing house. Are you kidding? With that kind of a job, that responsibility, he should have a backup plan. He should say, okay, I'm going to hire a nurse. I'm going to hire, and let me tell you, he and his husband, Better Boo there and his husband, they got plenty of money. They got plenty of money. And he has an obligation to this country. But he doesn't care. Biden doesn't care. They don't care about the country. They care about the party. That's all. They could care less about these goods. They could care. Do you think Pelosi, who made in the stock market from 40 million to 100 million, a year? Do you think she really cares? Of course not. But we at Phil's Gang, we care because if we have our members making money, they'll help St. Jude. And every day, that's what we do. And all we got to get you, just reach out and just listen. If all you have to do is follow our color-coded pattern. It's so easy to do. It's not hard. It's fun. And then turn your television off. Don't read. Don't listen to these people. Because if you listen to them, you're going to get tied in emotionally. You're going to make a wrong move. And you're going to hear, buying the pullback. This is the dip, buying the dip. And you're going to get killed. Stay with your stocks that are making new highs and put a stop in. Put a stop in. We'll show you how to do it and keep running this market as far and as fast as we can.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make